Hey guys, Vortex Storm here. Yeah, it is my birthday. I am now 21 years old, and if I don't sound it, then I'm doing a really good job of hiding it, I guess. But actually, what I wanted to talk about is not the whole 21 being legal to drink thing or anything like that. Instead, I wanted to take the time to talk about something important. Uh, and share something about me on my birthday with you guys, just to give a little insight on what it's like. So I am 21 as of the 19th of October, and for those of you that don't know me IRL or have not heard me tell you this, if you aren't able to guess it, because a lot of people tell me that they had no idea until I tell them. I'm actually level 1 autism, formerly Asperger's, but that got changed and re-diagnosed as level 1 autism as of 2013. I did not get diagnosed until I was 18, so about about 2.5, 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with Asperger's and found out I was on the spectrum. For those of you that know me, it kind of explains a lot of the quirks I have. I get stuck on topics when I'm in a social environment. Like, I'll only talk about a certain thing for a long amount of time. And if that seemed like pretentious or egotistical of me, just know I'm very sorry. I just have no idea how to get off of a subject when I'm on a subject until midway through. Um, let's see what else I have problems with. I have problems with eye contact. And if you've met me IRL, it's gotten a little better. I actually cheat. I cheat when it comes to that. I don't really look at the eyes. I look at the bridge of the nose. I didn't say that. I maybe I did say that. But yeah, I do have a little bit of a problem with eye contact. Other than that, some social cues I don't pick up on. Some humor just goes over my head completely, and I can't stop that. That's just how my brain is. So, why am I saying this? Well, because it's important to me. I think it's important. While Autism Awareness Month isn't until April, I just kind of, because it was my birthday, because it's something that I am diagnosed with, I guess it's something I just wanted to talk about and share on my birthday. So here's what it's like with autism, or level 1 autism, Asperger's, whatever you want to call it right now. The official scientific is level 1 autism, I think, or level 1 autism spectrum disorder, whatever it is. I still call it Asperger's from time to time. So growing up, I had a few quirks. Like, a lot of jokes went over my head. I was very, very serious. Let's see. My mom, when I was 2 years old, had me go in for a spinal tap because she thought I was having seizures. I don't remember this, but she told me this. I would hold my breath until I passed out, until I physically passed out. If I was really mad at something, like I was, for most temper tantrums, they're like throwing things or doing something else at 2 years old. No, I decided I'm going to the extreme. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna hold my breath and pass out. So that was what I did when I was 2. I grew out of that, thank goodness. I don't think I'd ever do that again. Um, it's more getting stuck on topics. Like, growing up, I was huge on meteorology. That was the one thing I was fixated on. That and, well, anime and cartoons. In fact, the anime fixation got so bad that I formed an anime club at Mosley because there was not one. Let's see. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. None of this is scripted. I decided to just go uncut, raw, podcast sort of thing. So if I ramble or if there's a silence, then just know I'm just trying to think of something, or recatching my breath. One of the whatever many things I listed. But that is also another thing is social environments. If I can't follow a conversation, I'll tend to just be quiet. Or if I don't feel comfortable in a situation, I'll just go to myself or find the nearest friend and jump into a conversation with them. And that's just my kind of go-to escape out of a social situation. I'm not antisocial per se. I know it differs for everyone on the spectrum. And let me just say this, I should have said this earlier. This is from my personal experience being on the spectrum. This isn't everyone on the spectrum deals with this. Some of it, a lot of people on the spectrum do. Some of it, it's just very minute and only applies to me. This is all from my own experience. Autism is a spectrum. You don't know what you're gonna get. You really don't know what you're gonna get. So back to what I was saying. I'm not antisocial. It's more if I can't follow a conversation, I'll just be quiet and I'll listen. And then if someone asks my opinion, I'll just say like, "Oh, I have no idea," or I'll try and connect what I could understand and form an opinion based on that. Let's see. Uh, oh yeah, when I go to play games or something, um, back when I did stream video games and I wasn't all too energetic, or if it was like a competitive mode kind of thing, I fall extremely silent and I tend to focus on the game. If you ever went into like a Twitch or a YouTube stream of mine from like the days of old, when I could stream from my PlayStation, when I was playing competitively, I would always like quiet down. I would not look at chat. I would just focus on the game. That's part of that hyperfocus. Um, and actually, along with that, I have ADD. So if I'm not hyper focused on something, I'm the other extreme where I'm looking around like, ooh, shiny thing. So sometimes I'll be in a class and I'll lose concentration. I'll be like, oh, what's going on over here? Oh, I better check YouTube. Oh, I better check Twitter. Yeah, not fun. Not fun. Again, these are just my own experience with it. And let's see. Let's see. Uh Another problem that I have is sleep. It's not when I get to be asleep because I'm actually a pretty heavy sleeper. It's getting to sleep. A lot of times my mind just reels so much that it's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna let you sleep. So if you know anyone, and I guess this is more of a sharing my story to kind of illustrate what it's like for someone with high functioning autism, where a lot of society sees us as like, oh, you're normal, you're mostly normal, and then they freak out when we have these when we have these moments where we can't function as well, and they're like, well, what's wrong with you? What we don't. So I guess it's more of a, I want to share my experience to let people kind of see what it's like at the more high functioning side of autism. And yes, we are a little more functioning, but we still have problems. I know growing up, especially when it came to like sensory, extra sensory acuteness or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. My brother, he still does sometimes to this day. He scratches, and used to scratch holographic cards, and they made this really high pitched like scratchy noise. I don't know I don't know what it's like. But to this day, anything high pitched sounding, and I'm talking like extremely high pitched, like close to dog whistle, I guess, kind of pitch, it hurts my ears. That scratching on holographic cards, that the high pitch coming from like a radio or near a dog whistle, not a dog whistle yet. I don't know. I've never been near a dog whistle, but like that frequency that's really high pitched. It's just I have to leave and I have to go to a different area before I'd like fall down into a heap and start bawling. It just hurts. It physically hurts to hear those kinds of sounds. So you may be wondering, Vortex, why are you bringing this out? Why you don't have to share your personal story with us about this. You don't have to. Again, it's because I want to. I want to be able to help. I guess. What am I looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? I want to demystify what it's like with high functioning autism for a lot of people. Because I know a lot of people have no idea what it's like. Some people do. Some people don't. Some people are, and it's a little harder for them to be like, yeah, this is what I go through. This is, or they don't feel comfortable talking about it. I want to be able to talk about it and have that conversation with people and demystify this kind of this mythos around high functioning autism, because it is kind of mysterious, actually. I know when I first was diagnosed, I was like, okay, well, it's no big deal. I mean, I'm still me. But I know a lot of other people get that shock, get that denial kind of thing. And I just want to say, if you are on the spectrum and you're watching this, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're definitely not alone. There are thousands of us that probably go through the same thing you go through. If not, because again, every case is different and unique. Just know that you are unique, that you are you, that nothing can stop you from being you. And if learning about what you already have is a shock to you, well, don't let that change who you are. Just continue to be the best you that you can be. And so, why voice acting? Because another mythos around autism is we're not very social. Again, I'm not antisocial. I actually just I can't follow pop trends to the very T. It takes me a while. It also takes me a while to follow a conversation if I have no idea what the topic is being discussed about. If I don't know anything about the subject, I'll just remain quiet. But again, why voice acting? Why something that is very social, very very conversation heavy, I guess? Well, I just find it fun. I find it fun. I find it something I want to do. It's just something I've always wanted, like, ever since I got out of high school and into college after I dropped meteorology. It's something I've always I wanted to do. And it's actually pretty fun. And it actually was the MLP fandom that got me into voiceover. Like, it was the MLP fandom itself that got me into voice acting. Wubcake, Lost Narrator, Goody Serenade was a big influence. Astro, just a whole bunch of other content creators out there gave me so much inspiration to pursue this goal. And I'm just like, I have no idea how to thank them at all. I mean, I'm just starting out and I'm doing something like this. But I guess it's to also show, yes, I am on the spectrum. Yes, there are these common tropes. Yes, there are these difficulties in certain things. But that's not going to stop me from doing my goal. That's not going to stop me from doing something I enjoy or something I want to enjoy and something I want to pursue in the future. And I guess that's the total message. I guess that's the real message behind this, is sharing my experience with high functioning autism, sharing it, so that it's out there for a lot of people to be like, hey, I have a question about this. Here's someone I can talk to about some common misconceptions that I'm doubting are true now. Or it can be like, hey, he's on the spectrum as well. Maybe I can talk to him about certain situations and how I can improve in certain situations, or how I can cope with certain things. Or and on top of that, it's also a means of showing determination, I guess. Showing how I'm not going to stop doing something just because another section of society thinks I can't do it, or just because a common thing within the diagnosis statistically says I shouldn't succeed in this. I'm not going to let that stop me. So it's kind of like a motivational kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I've been rambling for about 15 minutes, 15, 16 minutes, I guess. It's just something I wanted to share. Something that I felt comfortable sharing. Something that I just wanted to share. That's about it. That's about it. That's about all. Thanks for the birthday wishes, you guys. I'll be making some more content in the future. And with that, I guess I'm out. I'm done. I'm Vortex Storm. I'll see you guys in another video.